one of San Francisco's most famous landmarks. Also one of the huge landmarks in San Francisco is Steve Young. I'll tell you what, you won't find a bigger celebrity in this city. But Steve Young started in Greenwich, Connecticut. Actually had a paper route there. We're more on Steve Young. Here he is. He sat down with us one-on-one. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. 2 Super Bowl championships. He was a league and Super Bowl most valuable player. And it all started in Greenwich.
I remember everything. I remember riding my bike all over town. In fact, the greatest thing was when I was 16 and finally got a car, or at least could borrow my dad's car, you know, so that I could get around and earn some money and, you know, see friends and stuff. We could talk for thousands of hours about time in Greenwich, you know, and never, you know, use up all the stories.
Young wasn't an NFL star right out of college. He went to the USFL first before going to Tampa Bay and then to San Francisco as Joe Montana's backup. But he persevered to become one of the best ever, an attitude he showed way back in high school.
I was the only teacher from whom he ever received a C, and yet he said, I can do AP Calculus, I'm going to come back and meet that challenge, and of course he did. He had nominated me for NFL Teacher of the Year, and they did a special little ceremony here, and one of the housemasters looked up the record and said, hey, this is the guy who gave him this only C he ever received. I said, well, I don't remember it, and I'm sure he doesn't remember it at this point.
Well, sometimes it's the disaster that you remember the most, and the most hard work, and the guy that kind of said to you, yeah, you know, you're pretty smart, but how smart are you really? You know, the real challenge. And so I remember him challenging me more than maybe I'd been challenged in the past, and I enjoyed that. I really responded to it, and I thought, pretty good technique.
Young appreciated the challenge so much he nominated Lowe as the NFL Teacher of the Year, and honor Lowe ended up winning. Young continued his studies through law school. In fact, he has his law degree. All the while, he played football, never knowing just how good he could be.
I never really had a vision of myself doing anything like that. In fact, even in high school, you know, ask Mike Ornato, I was okay. You know, I ran around a lot, you know.
Great speed, deceptive speed. He had a fair arm. His arm wasn't that strong at the time, but of course he's developed tremendously. But he doesn't look a heck of a lot different now, technique-wise, than he did in high school. But of course he's playing with the big boys now. But you know, he's still doing his thing. You know what? He was special.
It goes to show that you don't know what's inside of you. You have no idea. And I think that's why I tell anyone who will listen that you have no idea what you're capable of, because I had no idea, absolutely none.
Young has become one of football's biggest stars, but it hasn't gone to his head. He hasn't forgotten his roots, which would be difficult considering that his family still lives in the home he grew up in.
Well, yeah, that's my family. You know, my dad, he's never going to leave. You know, that's good. We enjoy, our whole family enjoys getting back to see our folks as much as possible. And
I can remember one time, even when he was in the NFL and was a star, came back and his dad said, somebody's got to do the paper route today. You know, we're going out with his younger brother Jimmy, and it was the last member of the family and that was doing that paper route. And Steve says, well, I still know the route. I'll hop on a bike and do it. You know, I mean, it didn't matter that he was a millionaire at the time. It was just a family thing to do and the right thing to do, and that's the kind of guy he was in almost all cases.